Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent. We'll take it to the Delta, to the gray white shores. There's so much to see and do, Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors, Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors.
Welcome to Mississippi Outdoors. I'm Pamela Weaver.
And I'm Kevin Meacham. Thanks for joining us.
This week we celebrate the last 30 years of Mississippi Outdoors TV.
We visit with longtime host Melvin Tingle as he takes us on a walk down memory lane.
Let's go.
Mississippi Outdoors, exploring and protecting our natural resources through conservation, recreation, and education.
Hello and welcome to the premiere of Mississippi Outdoors. I'm your host, Melvin Tingle. Mississippi Outdoors is a weekly show dedicated to exploring the outdoors. In the weeks to come, we'll be taking you all over the state. Paul Ott Carruth had started an outdoor show. Now, there was no such thing as outdoor shows that I was aware of till Paul came on board, and he came up with what turned into be Mississippi Outdoors. He named it Mississippi Outdoors. Then Paul Ott got another job. He went to work with the National Wildlife Federation. And so he said, I tell you what, Melvin, I'm going to take this job. And said, I don't know, but I won't take it until I feel comfortable that you know how to shoot film and video and that you edit and all that. I said, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. And so it was about a week. He said, I taught you everything I know. And said, it's all yours. I said, no, man, I don't know nothing. He said, well, you'll learn. And so that's how I got into shooting film with a 16mm Canon Scopic camera. And from there, we started Mississippi Outdoors as we know it today. And then we went to ETV, Educational Television, said they wanted to come bring us in, and we would have their equipment, their expertise and personnel, and we'd go shoot it. The Department of Wildlife would shoot it, and then we'd bring it in, and I'd edit it and turn it over to them, and that's the way we'd go. Mississippi Outdoors joined some fun and famous people on a turkey hunt in Clark County. But the hunt was only part of the story. Gathered around the evening's campfire, the hunters shared food, friendship, and a lot of good stories.
Whoo, shoot this thing. Yeah. I went turkey hunting and had a delightful time. The folks with me sitting back hiding with the covering on. Called some turkeys pretty close, but you never would come close enough for me to pop one of them. And if I don't shoot one, I've had an unbelievable hunt.
What do you think about the wild turkey we ate a while ago?
That's good. That's just fine. And you said you're working on a new recipe.
But what do you think about that recipe?
You don't need to work on a new recipe.
You think it's about
the
that?
Fried turkey breast and the baked turkey don't do nothing else. I don't want a new recipe. I'd get a law passed that can't be but 5 different kind of cakes in the world. That's enough. That's enough. Everybody says, oh, try this new recipe. I don't want no new recipe. I either want a jam cake or a banana cake or a coconut cake or a chocolate cake or one of them old fruit cakes for Christmas. And that's ample. We don't need no more.
Enough's enough.
And you don't need no other way to cook no turkey. I see folks wanting a new way to cook catfish. You drop him in a sack with some cornmeal and shake him up and put him in the hot grease. You don't need no other way. That's the only way you need. Your turkey was good, but the turkey breast would have been satisfactory to me. Hand me some more of that banana pudding over there, please.
Last summer, I joined Wildlife Fisheries Parks Executive Director Sam Polis and his sons for my first try at night fishing for specks and reds. Well, once Sam landed the first trout, it was clear a serious case of yellowmouth fever had struck the boat. Well, Dr. Polis, we've been out here for about an hour and a half in daylight. And gosh, I guess for 30 minutes, old Sam's just hitting left and right. And he tells me it even gets better after the darkness.
Well, you know, this is a new experience for me, but that earlier experience we had of 1, 2, 3, you know, bringing 4 or 5 in at the same time, that was a lot of fun. But as far as night fishing, this is a new experience for me.
It wasn't long before little John hooked up with his first ever bull red.
Roll that over the Hold back on it. Don't give him no slack. Big bond on the pole. When you leave him, you're right over. No, I got you. Hey, ready, Charlie. Go, get ready to go. Look, watch him. Watch him. Fly with a fish. Man. Watch him. He's going to make a monkey out of you on the top. Watch him. Tell me when you're ready. Okay. Whoa!
Yeah!
All right. All right, John. Man, that's big.
Captain, you did a good job.
Right.
Hunting is something for the adults to think about training their kids. Man, teach them hunting, teach them fishing. Because when they're out there, they're not interfering with people. But teach them safety is also very, very important.
What it's all about, folks.
Even Melvin got some.
Well, it's over. The tingle jinx has finally been broken. That's me on the left, and those 3 ducks are mine, I can assure you. If you were watching last week's show, you saw me get skunked on 2 Delta duck hunts. And I blamed the weather, and everyone else blamed me. Well, finally, I found the right place and the right group of hunters. Club members George Lauterhaus, Skip Jernigan, and Billy Van Devender have been friends a long time. They played football together in high school and at Ole Miss. One of their rebel teammates was the legendary Archie Manning. Archie and his son Eli were the guest of honor on this jinx-breaking duck hunt. Archie grew up just up the road in Drew, Mississippi, before going on to a great quarterbacking career at Ole Miss.
Manning is driven out of his pocket, but makes one of his many big plays of the game. He darts in for the touchdown to end an...
Well, Archie knows a thing or two about jinxes. Having played for the New Orleans Saints in his early days, Archie wasn't a hunter as a youngster, but he has tried to instill a love of the outdoors in his 3 sons.
Melvin, I didn't do much hunting, and it's amazing because all my buddies did. I don't know, I don't know what it was. I don't know if anything turned me on. My daddy was a bird hunter. I guess I really didn't like to walk.
Well, I noticed Eli seemed to enjoy it this morning. Would like to see him get into hunting?
Yeah, I think Eli really has an interest. Actually, Billy and Skipper, I think, it just kind of worked on Eli there, and Eli seems to like it more. So we've been coming up here. We come up one weekend every year and really enjoy it.
With Skip handling the calling and Gracie ready to retrieve, the ducks came boiling in. They wouldn't stay away.
Bunch of shot that duck.
Eli, what'd you do?
You shoot anything?
I got a shot.
Got a shot?
So, well, I know it's a joy to have your son out to experience something like this, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, Melvin, is trying to get kids out with their mothers or with their fathers hunting. You know, in the past that wasn't a problem, but now it is with everybody living in the city, not having an opportunity to go out and enjoy the outdoors. And so that's what's so refreshing about seeing this happen, to see all the children here going with the parents.
Well, we did it again. Another island fishing trip to the land of oil rigs, crazy Cajuns, and a whole lot of redfish and speckled trout. And our host and owner of the Chandeleur Island Fishing Guide Service, Dennis Good.
Well, about 5 years ago, decided to build a houseboat for myself, and I was tired of living in town for the summer and figured I could just live out here all summer, you know, why not? So I put the houseboat together and then brought it out here, and I had like, every weekend I had 20 friends helping me enjoy it. I was working myself to death. I decided to turn it commercial so I could hire a crew and keep it going.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is a fine specimen of a speckled trout in anybody's book. That's about 4, maybe 4.5. Yellow mouth. Check the teeth.
I got a speckled trout, man, and it looks like a pretty decent one. I tell you what, the fishing out here at Chandeleur Island is very, very hard to beat. You know, you hear the old beer commercials that don't get no better than this? It don't get much better than this.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
Got it? Yeah, good one.
That's what I'm talking about.
It may be the way he's running.
You ready to break the surface?
That's why he was pulling so hard. He hung in his wood. I think I got him.
The familiar Mississippi Outdoors theme song was written by Gordon Larson, who was a longtime producer of the show.
His original version of the theme song has seen many renditions over the years.
Flying through the bayous, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again.
Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, the time is time well spent. Yeah, we take it to the Delta, down to the great white shore. There's so much to see and do, Mississippi outdoors, great outdoors, Mississippi outdoors.
Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi outdoors.
The first day of dove season is the surefire cure for those end-of-summer, back-to-school doldrums. For Mississippi sportsmen, the dove opener also signals the much-anticipated beginning of the fall hunting seasons. Hunting here at Ward Lake is a family affair. Linda Smith and her son Ken were among the visiting hunters, and Ken brought his black lab son along.
Well, Linda, how's it going?
Morning, Melvin. Fine. I'm not doing as well as I'd like to be, but...
Well, I have never seen as many doves in one field.
There really are. There really are. They're flying real low, though.
Good shot. All
Did
right.
you get that? All right.
Oh.
The executive director of the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, Dr. Sam Polis, was a guest on this hunt, too.
What do you think?
Dr. Polis is a big proponent of families enjoying Mississippi's outdoors together. He brought his youngest son, John, along.
This is a great sport to introduce kids to, and I was looking down to my left at John. I brought him out to the field for the first time when he was 8, and he's 15 now, and we've been going every year since then. Teaching him hunter ethics and how to handle the gun, things like that.
Well, and it's paying off, too.
Oh, yeah. This is a great sport. These people out here are sportsmen and conservationists. They take no more than they can share at the table, and it's a renewable resource that they want to leave come back next year. So
that camera doesn't bother you. Go back out there and get us another one, okay?
Exactly.
We traveled all over the state, and you know, really, the thing that was the greatest thrill was the people you met and you got to know, and especially the hunters, because there's no better group of people than hunters and fishermen. They may be rich, they may be poor, but they were still my favorite people in the state of Mississippi. Well, we're in Neshoba County, and we're rabbit hunting. Now, we have friends from the black community, from the Choctaw community, and from the white community coming together on this rabbit hunt. There it is.
James Ivy got the first rabbit.
Finally got him. He almost got away.
He used his gun, but the Choctaws of the group used their traditional hunting gear.
You gotta make that sound.
Douglas, I'm a little disappointed here. What do you mean bringing 4 shells?
4 shells?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just in case I miss.
I thought
First
you was
shell.
a 3-shell man.
I used to be. I'm getting old.
Oh. Well, I'm a 1-shot man.
Let's see.
Melvin wanted to share this experience with his Choctaw friends, so he tried their way of doing things. Now, if you look closely, you'll see that even though he missed, Melvin came pretty close.
What happened? I had my sight adjusted too low. Yeah, I'm gonna move the sight up on my stick. Might have got it. You don't care about shooting rabbits. You just like to hear them dogs run.
Yeah. I don't care about shooting. I go all day and I can shoot a pig.
Most of his friends wanted to do more than just listen.
Y'all get in there and get him. Oh, man, he didn't even let him come across the trail.
Well, he came up and stopped, and he come down, and when he come to the edge, I decided I better shoot the end. I didn't know if I had the range on him or not. I'm just shooting a 20 gauge, and luckily I did get him.
Another man wanted to be sure he didn't go home empty-handed.
That was a different rabbit.
If they didn't get that one, we got a little talking to do.
Cameraman, did you get some of that?
Come here. I did. But look, I want you to explain this to me. What happened?
That's the number 4. Shot 5 times.
What do y'all just shoot the trees down and then shoot the rabbit?
Yeah.
Scooter Watley, it was our videographer. And so we were on a hunt, And so Scooter rattled this deer up, and when he rattled him up, I shot him, and he said, now you can't go till about 30 minutes. I'll lay you there. I said, no, Scooter, man, that deer dead. He said, 30 minutes. I said, oh, me.
Before dawn, on a December morning, the hum of four-wheelers disturbed the calm at Horseshoe Lake Lodge just outside Pickens. World-renowned wildlife photographer Paul Brown and his son Mark schooled Melvin on the law of the land.
Well, I know when we were over here last year, there were some rules that we had to follow as far as what type of books we could take. If you would go over that with me, I might need.
Well, I think what we're looking for today is about an 18-inch, 8-point or better, with some real nice mass, maybe about 20 inches of beam length, and just a nice big 3.5-year-old or better 200-pound buck.
Right.
At the end of the day, one of these men went home with a buck that met those requirements. Melvin and his photographer, seasoned hunter Scooter Whatley, set up in a crossing, while the Browns hunted behind them in a thicket. These men consider hunting a team sport. Okay. Scooter began to rattle up deer in the crossing. Just minutes after he and Scooter began their hunt, Scooter spotted something about 100 yards away.
Did you get it?
I'm not sure. It's 2 bucks with him.
Yeah, he went right back to that trail. That's right.
After about an hour's wait, Melvin and Scooter went off in search of their buck.
Scooter. Oh, man, look. Good gosh. Hey, good gracious. And you know this thing of Melvin, the Tingle Jinx, this could be written off the books.
Why is that?
Clear shape. Because Sweet Melvin has shot the biggest buck that's ever been bagged on Mississippi Outdoors. Paul, the climax of a great hunt.
Good. Man,
Thank you very much.
I'm proud of you.
Buddy. Sweet Melvin. My work, if you want to call it work, was just like being out in God's country. Being around people that enjoyed the same thing you enjoyed. And what better career could you have, or what better job could you have?
Melvin Tingle and Wayne Monk have been on countless bass fishing trips, and the objective of each has been pretty much the same: catch the biggest fish possible.
Now, Wayne, that's walking the dog, huh?
That's walking the dog, Melvin. It's takes a little practice to get used to it.
Yeah.
Because you got to leave a little slack in your line and move it back and forth, back and forth. There's a lot of big bass caught on this topwater lure, just walking the dog. Yeah, there. That's the one, Melvin.
That is a 13-pound bass.
We've seen this bass on the bed.
Yeah.
She was just laying there on the bed, Melvin. Golly.
You walked the dog right in its mouth, didn't
you? See, I hit it twice, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there.
What would it weigh, Wayne?
I don't know, Melvin. It's going to be, what you think?
8.5.
8.5, 9 pounds?
God.
Wow.
Fish on, baby.
So big one.
He's pulling the boat right around. You got his old mouth zipped up like a zipper.
This is giant fish, I'm telling you.
That may be a 16-pounder.
This is a big one here. Oh. Golly, what a fish. Now this is a big bass.
I'm fixing to take that great worm and throw it away.
That one's way over 10 pounds there, Melvin.
His shadow would weigh 5 pounds, you know.
Boy, I tell you, you know, that's what we come after. We've been looking all over for this fish.
Wayne, that's another big one.
It?
That's a good one. All right.
Look how fat that is. You want me to get them?
Yeah, go ahead. You got a mouthful of hooks, baby.
Melvin don't like them treble hooks.
Man, I tell you, I just like to look. Now, of all your days fishing pro circuit, have you ever had a day like this?
Never. I fished a many a lake all over the country. This is the most big bass I've ever caught.
Wayne, I'm doing this because I've experienced this before.
Oh, I understand.
And I'm letting you catch the fish.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know.
But you're my good luck charm.
I tell you what, I'll just keep throwing that purple worm, okay? You know, in closing, I'd just like to thank the viewers, the years that watched Mississippi Outdoors, and from me, see you outdoors.
Unfortunately, as this program was being produced, Mississippi Outdoors legend Melvin Tingle passed away. Melvin once said few people got to live out their dreams, but by the grace of God, the support of his wife, and the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, he was able to do just that.
That's what it's out here for. There's so much to see and do in Mississippi outdoors. Yeah, we got that cool breeze, old oak trees, there's a ring around the moon. Go back bay gliding, midnight riding, me and you. Yeah, we're lost in the city lights, we're downtown poor. There's so much to see and do in Mississippi outdoors. Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors.